This is the story of Lulu Roberts' life.
Born on May 17, 1919, Roberto was the sixth of 8 children of Juan and Juana Apolan. He was the little brother to Maria, Donicia, Benita, Urbano, and Martin, and older brother to Domingo and Florencia. He is the only surviving member and the only one out of the 7 to have migrated to Canada. In his 20s, when the invasion of the Japanese began in 1941, he became a part of one of the most important events in Philippine history. Roberto joined the guerrilla forces and fought alongside the United States military during World War II under the command of General Douglas MacArthur. The events of this war ultimately led to the recognition by the United States of an independent Philippines. He was discharged from active duty when the war ended in 1946 and continued his humble life as a farmer. It was in 1948, in a town called Bulud, that the Apolan family as we know it was born. When the local school was damaged in a flood, the Apolan family offered to help by allowing the lower level of their farm to be used as a school. It was then that fate brought Roberto Apolan and Florencia Escandor together. She was the local school teacher and also the first Miss Kalambugan. She would soon become his soulmate, partner, and best friend. Together, they welcomed 5 children into the world: Ranito Julian, Ruben Calixto, Lualhati Carmen, Roy, and Ralph. With both of their authoritative backgrounds, soldier and teacher, it's no surprise that they bestowed a strong work ethic onto their children, and stressed the importance of education and respect for authority. Their quiet strength and pride have become a trait passed down through generations. In 1959, a near-fatal accident occurred that almost took Roberto's life. Fortunately for us, this wasn't the case. A story that could have been the end to our history, instead only stands to confirm what we already know about this strong, courageous man. While in the forest, cutting trees, his axe hit a stray branch at an awkward angle. The force of his swing deflected his axe into his ankle and nearly chopped off his foot. He had severed a major artery and bled heavily for half a day before anyone had noticed that he was missing. His brother-in-law, Rumban, went looking for him and found him slumped against the tree, unconscious in a pool of blood. He was carried for miles through the city by his friends and was brought to the hospital on a makeshift stretcher fashioned out of a malong with banana leaves as a shelter. The doctor closed the artery, but the damage couldn't be repaired. It was 6 months before he could regain the full use of his leg. By sheer force of will and heart, he taught himself to walk again. To this day, when asked the story, Lulu shrugs it off like it was no big deal. He returned to work as soon as he was able. His line of work saw the family move throughout southern Mindanao, and soon they settled in Makilala, North Cotabato. Both Roberto and Florencia retired in 1979. In 1986, they moved to Canada to live with Ruben, their first son to migrate here. Roberto worked at a few places, including the Constellation Hotel, for a few years before permanently retiring. The rest of their children and their families made their way to Canada shortly after. Roberto and Florencia became Canadian citizens on July 1st, 1991. They embraced the promise of their new life here, while making sure to visit their friends in the Philippines every chance they got. Together they watched their family grow, and played an integral part in the lives of their children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren during their 60 years of marriage. Unfortunately, in 2007, tragedy struck when Florencia passed away on what would be their last trip together to their home in Makilala. She passed away in her sleep and now rests peacefully in Kidapawan. We wish that she were here with us today to celebrate this milestone event and to celebrate the man that she loved on his 90th birthday. He has had many roles in his life: a good son and brother, a brave soldier, a loving husband, a devoted father, a wonderful grandfather, and an adoring great-grandfather. In all these roles, he has embodied the qualities of discipline, playfulness, perseverance, and quiet strength, that have formed the foundation of our little clan. While our Lula was the force that propelled us to move forward, our Lulu has always been the rock that anchors us and keeps us from losing our way. We love you and we adore you, Lulu. Happy 90th birthday.
For all those times you stood by me, for all the truth that you made me see, for all the joy you brought to my life, for all the wrong that you made right, for every dream you made come true, for all the love I found in you, I'll be forever thankful, baby. You're the one who held me up, never let me fall. You're the was out of reach. You stood by me and I stood tall. I had your love, I had it all. I'm grateful for each day you gave me. Maybe I don't know that much, but I know this much is true. I was blessed because I was loved by you. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my strength. You were my voice when I couldn't speak. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. You saw the best there was in me, lifted me up when I couldn't reach. You gave me faith 'cause you believed. I'm everything I am because you loved me. Oh, you were always there for me, the tender wind that carried me, light in the dark, shining your love into my life. You've been my inspiration through the lies you weren't true. My world is a better place because of you. You were my strength when I was weak. You were my strength. Voice when I couldn't speak. When I couldn't speak. When I couldn't see. You saw the best there was in me. Lifted me up. You gave me faith 'cause you believed. I'm everything I am because you loved me. My voice. You saw the best there was in me. Believed. I'm everything I am because you love me. Oh, I'm everything I am because you